maestro miracle started on this day back in 1742 when the Proclamation was made in America. I got those dates right, I think. So, while all the Revolutionary War was going on, back in 1947, BC, America was fighting for its absolute victory and glory. During that time, the maestro was partying it up with sexy biatches at a bonfire. And there's a sketchy fuck there. And this sketchy little fucktard goes to the maestro. And he comes over to me. And I'm getting girls. And I'm doing like I usually do. Going around to every girl and getting makeouts. And sexual kisses. And sexual little innuendos. And sexual little spankable little caresses. And I'm going around and I'm doing my thing like I always do at the bonfire of light. And this guy comes up to me and says, "Do you want to make a business deal?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to I don't want to be talking to a guy at all. I don't know. I'm not going to be making a business deal with you. I don't know what you're talking about. Just go get some girls like you could ever get girls." This kid was the biggest soy milk drinking fucking peasant to ever exist. Soy milk drinking Teletubby little fucking bitch fuck itsy bitsy fighters peasant. So eventually he walks away. I need to blow my nose. Eventually he walks away, and he's with his little peasant friends, like he has any friends, his little weirdo fucking grimy, like, peasant followers or whatever. If he would ever have any followers, he's a no-life loser. But, and I'm walking around the bonfire more, I'm taking some more pics, and the maestro sees something sketchy out of the corner of his eye. And the maestro's taking a pic with like 4 sexy bitches, and I see something very sketchy out of the corner of my eye. And then randomly the maestro gets hit in the face! Just out of nowhere. Maestro gets hit in the face and punched in the side of the jaw. And before I even know it, the maestro drops his phone on the ground, and then the maestro gets kicked in the back and in the side. And then the maestro's picking up his phone off the ground, and the kid had stamped on it, and it was all shattered. The phone of light. And then, that's my old phone. And, the maestro knew this kid was the sketchiest fuck from the moment I laid eyes on him. He was plotting and planning to jump me. He was trying to lead me to the edge of the party. My Gandalf and Yoda-like intuition gave me the absolute ability to see through his deception against all odds. And no, not to go to the outskirts of the party with this fucking plotting fucking rascal villain scum. I'm gonna buy that phone off eBay, buddy. It would cost way more than that, buddy. Buddy, it's a collectible. And this guy punches me in the face. And I'm getting kicked in the back. I'm getting jumped by an entire party. You can hear it in this video. I have the original video that I showed to the cops.
We don't fuck around here. We don't. Fuck that, yo. Fuck Mike Owens. Fuck Mike Owens. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck Mike Owens. Fuck Mike Owens. Fuck Mike Owens.
So the maestro got jumped by the entire party. And as soon as I got jumped, I started doing the Matrix around every punch. The maestro started screeching at the top of his lungs, hoping Dad would smash through a wall and come save him. And I'm not kidding, I started dodging every single punch. Every punch glanced off me. Every fucking kick I dodged. Everything was going with a hair's breadth to my fucking arm. And fucking, as soon as I picked up my phone, I started my sprinting. And before I did that, I did the armadillo stance of light. Armadillo stance! Creates an unbreakable shell around me. And as I was doing that, as soon as I picked up my Brokion phone and realized what was happening, I started sprinting for the woods as fast as I could. Mice, sprint! Faster than the speed of light, and I ran straight at a tree. I ran straight at a huge oak tree that was 20,000 years old. That Gandalf actually created out of me out of thin air in here. So I was so familiar with this tree. And I ran straight at the tree, and I dodged it to get away from my attackers. And I dodged the tree at a completely 90-degree angle. And my attackers had such a hard time pursuing me. With a 90-degree angle turn, the maestro almost morphed his whole body into a 90-degree angle to get away from these scum. So now, the maestro is sprinting through the woods at top speeds of 3,000 miles per hour. And I'm tripping all over because it's dark, it's pitch black. And the only light the maestro sees is the glint in his eye. And I'm sprinting through the forest, not knowing what could ever happen to me. And I'm falling, and I'm stumbling, and there's 40 kids behind me chasing me through the woods. And I don't know what's going to happen, and all I can do is press on. I thought there'd be no end to this woods, even though I could see out the other side just a couple feet away. The maestro finally gets to the outside of the woods, and my shoe came off at the very edge of the woods. So, and then I thought, I saw a kid coming out of the woods, and he picked up the shoe. And he looked like one of my friends that was at the party. So I was like, oh my God, thank God. Thank God somebody, it's one of my friends, and he's handing me my shoe. So he hands me my shoe, and then he punches me in the face again! Because he was the one of the bad guys, buddy. And then, so the maestro just takes his shoe, puts it on, he actually just handed me my shoe, and then kept running. So I had to keep running, and I finally came to this sketchy, abandoned guy's house. And it was literally like a movie scene movie. It was like a Halloween fucking sketchy, fucking hobbled, like old house in the middle of the woods. And I started knocking on the door. I'm like, man, help me. Like, some guy's chasing me. And when I was running, the guy was like, I've got a weapon. And I'm like, and he's like, you better stop. And I'm like, I'm not going to stop. Like, and I started banging on the guy's house. And I'm like, come out and help me, man. Like, and the guy comes out and fucking goes, get the fuck off my property. Like I usually do to fat girls. And then I was like, the guy said he has a weapon and he's going to hurt me. Like, you're not going to help me? And then as soon as like that happens, the guy who was trying to jump me showed back up at the house because he was chasing me, and the maestro was faster than him, mice sprinting, so I had a little bit of time to talk to the guy, like literally like 2 seconds. And for some reason, nobody knows why, I like tricked them, the Miesmas miracle. The guy and the other guy start talking with each other randomly. they just start talking with each other. And while I'm doing that, it's like a movie moment. I just start walking away and walk back to the Miesmobile. And then I had to hide on the way back to the Miesmobile because there was a group of 8 guys waiting there for me. So I just sneak back to the Miesmobile. And then when I pulled out with the Miesmobile, there was that group of 8 guys waiting, but they didn't know it was my Miesmobile. So I backed up, and then I turned into a driveway and stayed there. And then I called this one girl, and she called the cops on the party. And then as soon as the cops came, why do they want to jump you? Because they're no-life loser, jealous scum, little pezzente bitch fucks, little greasy, little gremlin, slimy fucking fuckbags, little delusional, itsy-bitsy butter, Teletubby, fat, elastic waistband bitches. What do you mean, why? Yeah, they had no reason. They're just bored, no-life losers. The Maestro needs a Miesmas donation more than ever before. I need that $500. And, buddy, it happened in New York, dumb fuck. And so she calls the cops, and the cops come to the party. The bonfire of light. And they show up. And they're like, and I go up to them and I'm like, oh, I just got jumped by these kids. Like, and like, I tried to have them help me. And the one cop was like a 45-year-old, like, just a waste of life. And he was like, well, I'm not going to help somebody who's drinking at an underage drinking party. And somebody who got into a fight. I'm like, I wasn't drinking. I don't drink. I don't do any drugs. I don't do any of that. All I'm saying is I got jumped. I was not in a fight. I got jumped randomly by these random kids. And luckily, his, like, rookie or whatever that was with him was like a 20-year-old kid, 25-year-old kid. And he, like, took it upon himself and he drove us back to the police station. And he looked through every Facebook photo until he found this little bitch. And then we found a video of him saying he was going to do it. And I have the video. If that's not evidence, I don't know what is. The Maestro rooted him the fuck out. Get rooted out by Mice Lock Holmes, bitch! And so we have the video. We rooted him out. His family had to pay for my new phone. iPhone 6 of light. Oh, the iPhone 6 of light. This one's broken too now. So sketchy. And that cost his family $600. And he fucking got like 3 months of community service in a jail. And I could have took him to trial, but I didn't because his family was a rich fuck family who didn't deserve it and who would have probably gotten away with it because they had really good lawyers. So I thought it was better just to do this. And I really should have took him to because I have there's a video. I should have fucking actually done that. But I was happy just getting a new phone since C. Lori never bought me anything. So I fucking got a new phone. He had he had his name on TV with felony charges. And the Maestro got away pretty much scot-free. Nothing happened to the Maestro. The Maestro's face was as beautiful as ever. It was probably even more ruggedly handsome afterwards. The Maestro he hit a little bit of the Maestro's beard off. I don't have any more hair on my face. Fucking legendary. And that concludes the Miesmas miracle of 2015. With many more miracles to come and many more miracles at my back, I will never give up in this life. I will not quit. I will not fall. I am the Maestro, and I will come to you now, and I will perform a miracle on you too if I have to.